time to preview Saints Patriots. Can the Saints get a winning streak going against the most annoying fan base in the NFL? We're going to tell you. Thomas, hit that intro.
Welcome to Saints Happy Hour Podcast. Yeah, we're that podcast that wins awards.
Go.
Oh my God.
He looks like Ash from the end of Alien.
Usually, Dave, I can just open my throat and it's down.
Now grab a drink and enjoy the show.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour Podcast. As always, we are brought to you by Hard Hide, Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey, and Chilton County Peach Whiskey. Guys, thanks for joining us. It is time to preview Saints Patriots. Kevin, Patriots are a 3.5-point favorite. Can the Saints get a winning streak going? I just want to say this. I know the Patriots, even though they won, 6 Super Bowls, and they dominated for like 20
6,
years.
7.
6, 7. They never, their fan base never spread across the country like the Chiefs, for example, with Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, or the Raiders or the Packers. Patriot fandom just stayed in Boston.
In the New England area, yes.
In the New England area. But I have to say, in spite of all that, I still fucking hate them. I hate the Patriots. The Patriots, they're just, fans are annoying. Bill Simmons, the whole, hey, we're Boston. We appreciate the fall and the leaves changing and all their nonsense. I hate them. And if the Saints are only going to win 3-4 games, give me this one, give me Atlanta, and one other one, and I'm good. I know it doesn't.
You would take Atlanta twice.
I would take Atlanta twice in New England and get me to 4, and that would be good.
Yeah. Well, okay, then why waste one? Exactly. So to your point, why waste one on this team in the AFC? I don't
hate
about this. Well, you're on your own then, okay, buddy? You're on your own. You're on your own Epstein Island, and I could care less. I could care less. Well, who wins or loses this game, it does not matter. And honestly, if I had to pick again, like I said, it's an AFC team, so if they're gonna lose a game, this is the one I'd rather them lose.
Yes, Dave, but it would be, I think if they beat the Patriots, this is the kind of game at the end of the year, the Patriots will be we went 9-8 and we lost the tiebreaker, and if we just would have beat the goddamn Saints, we'd be in the playoffs. That would be amazing.
Yeah, but if you're going to lose to an AFC East team, I would almost rather it be the Jets. Because, look, we all still seem to think the Saints are going to wind up with 3 or 4 wins anyway. So, why not either beat the Pats here? Why not beat the Pats now and then lose to the Jets later?
No, because the Saints currently have 1 win, and we still have 6 NFC South games ahead of us. And okay, so I want to win. I want to max out as many wins as possible in the NFC South. So I'm not going to waste. I'm not going to waste the win on the New England Patriots.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's no. I agree. I was simply saying I would prefer if it was an either or, I would prefer they lose to the Jets instead of the Patriots. But yes, if you could tell me that they'll beat the Bucs, the Panthers, and the Falcons, and those will be the 3, I would take that. Yeah. Just go 500 in the division.
You would take one of each. You'd rather?
Yeah, I would take one of each because I would take 2. I would take 2 versus the Falcons. Let's just sweep them. Yeah. I'll take 1 against the Bucs, and I'll take 1 against you only get 3, man. Oh, then I'll take 1 against the. See, this is tough because do you want to beat the Bucs, who are a pretty decent team, and Baker Mayfield, and then you lost 2 to the lowly Panthers, or do you want to at least give yourself some respect and be that's why I split it up. That's why I split it up. See, you give me never mind. You go ahead.
Is the Saints, listen, it took maximum shenanigans to beat the Giants. Like they turned the ball.
Yeah.
The fact that they said the Saints had actually played a game where the opponent turned the ball over on 5 straight possessions, and it happened. They're like, it happened in 1992 or 1991. I was like, it did? God damn.
I like how Dable. I like how when they presented that to Dable in the post game press conference, he was like, "Yeah, it's impressive. Like we did something never before done, and so put some respect on our name for that."
I put my own dick in the wood chipper. It's impressive. Here's the thing, though. Here's my question.
He said it's hard. He said it's hard to do. Sorry, he said it's hard.
It's hard to do.
It's definitely hard to coach a team that gives up 5 straight turnovers at the end of a game. It is hard to do that. I will admit that is very difficult.
I wish coaches would like drink and smoke in post-game press conferences. It would be amazing. But here's my question, Dave. Are you confident that the Saints can win a football game that doesn't involve maximum shenanigans?
No, I think we need shenanigans. I am absolutely not confident in that whatsoever. No. I mean, I wanted to make sure that I answered this question quickly and decisively so that you understood exactly how decisive and how sure I am of this response and of this answer. No, I mean, like, look, I hate to say it, but like, really, if you take last week's game, like the Saints are down 2 scores very quickly, 2 touchdowns to number 84. And I mean, the Giants did some shit that I do not. The Giants did shit that you cannot expect a normal NFL team to do. Like I said, like Jackson Dart, like that one fumble, he just scrambled and the ball just came out of his hand. There was nobody near him. Like it just fell out of his hand and we were the beneficiaries of that. I think that's not something you're going to get every week. And so you've got to be a better football team that you have to play more solid football. So what was your question? The question was, or my answer is, look, you cannot expect to win in this league if you're depending on 5 fucking turnovers. And yeah, no, absolutely not. You're muted, Ralph. Or we can't hear you. I don't know.
The rest of the year, Dave, do you think the Saints can win a game where they don't have
right
a healthy dose of shenanigans?
Yeah, they can win. Look,
they can beat the Jets. They can probably beat the Titans without having to resort to crazy shit happening.
Look,
Carolina won.
The fact of the matter is, I think the Saints are a team that they appear poised to actually get better every week and as the week goes on. Mm-hmm. I mean, Spencer Rattler is obviously the leader of that. But what I'm seeing from Spencer Rattler is like he really seems to be improving, and he's not doing the thing. You and Andrew and Kevin discussed this on the immediate post-game reaction after the show. This is now, we are in week 4 or week 5 or whatever of Spencer Rattler. He's not winning us the games. He's not going out there and throwing these amazing passes. Yes, correct. Like I watched last night. We watched, what's his face? The Edie Falco lookalike on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Like he threw some crazy passes. Yes, thank you, Trevor Lawrence. He threw. I watched the end of that game. Yeah, right. I watched the end of that game. I don't know if you guys watched that, but like they were down to the Chiefs, and it took him throwing really incredible passes at the end of the game to get them into position. And then he had the great play where he tripped over, he got stepped on by his center and still ran for the touchdown. But my point is like, Spencer Rattler isn't necessarily the quarterback that's going to be able to take you from, if you're down late in the game in the fourth quarter, he's not necessarily the guy that's going to win these games, but he's also not the guy. He's not going to make these mistakes. He's not turning the ball over. Yeah. He didn't take 1 sack last week. He's only thrown 1 interception. And like, if you're not going to be like great, if you're not going to be amazing, then you have to be good at those things, and he is good at those things. And honestly, everything I've seen from Spencer Rattler is improvement. I have seen improvement week over week over week, and every week that we go on, that in my mind, that's delaying Shuck. That's one more week that you are not going to see Shuck, and delaying Shuck's arrival. And I support it because I'm a Saints fan, and the only thing I care about is finding the quarterback, the right quarterback for this team to lead us, and finding the guy who's the best guy. And I honestly, Rattler is the guy right now. Like, you have to give him credit. You've got to put respect on his name, and I think you've got to give it to him. And I can't believe I'm a little fairly optimistic. I kind of think he can get better. I kind of think that he can actually get better.
Here's the thing.
And maybe we're not seeing all that we're seeing. And I think it's crazy. This morning I went and played my 9 holes, and I rolled up, and I was actually talking to the guy who's, I don't want to say bag boy or whatever, because he's not a boy. He's a freaking adult, and he does a lot but he was telling me he saw no difference between Spencer Rattler and Ian Book. And I said, that's crazy. I said, that is absolutely crazy. Like, no. I said, right, exactly. I'm like Spencer Rattler has actually done like substantial, objectively good things that you can quantify, that you can see out there. Mm-hmm. Like, to compare him to Ian Book that is an absolute joke.
I would say
Spencer Rattler is not. Spencer Rattler is.
He's not throwing rainbows.
No, correct. But I'm saying, like, do not for 1 second compare Spencer Rattler to Ian Book or Sean Canfield,
I would say this,
or to any of those other Sean Payton quarterbacks that he's taken in the 6th or 7th round.
I'd say this though,
Spencer
Dave,
Rattler he's a pedigree. He's certainly a pedigree.
The most impressive thing about Spencer Rattler is last year he looked like Ian Book. This year he looks like a competent NFL quarterback. Is he a lot
of that starter? I think is because of the offensive line.
I think it's him. I think it's more him than the offensive line.
Well, either way. I'm happy. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Yeah. Well,
and here's the
correct. Thing. One interception. I mean, through 5 games, 1 interception.
Well, he's been a little lucky. Let's be real. He's had like 3 called back because of penalty. But here's my question.
Wait. Let me get this thing in here. So I tweeted this yesterday. I quote tweeted Ralph. And Ralph, you had said, if Rattler beats the Pats or the Bears and he keeps playing mostly mistake-free, Shuck ain't playing until after Thanksgiving. I quote tweeted you and said, the estimable Bomani Jones has said, because elite passers are so rare, you can win with a quarterback who doesn't lose games for you. The quarterback may not be the reason you win, but he won't be the reason you lose. As long as Rattler plays clean, he ain't going anywhere.
Well, that's it. I think that's
and I love that. I co-sign that. You can put my stamp on that.
Yeah.
I mean, here's my question.
That sounds simpatico with what you were saying.
Right. So, but like here's the big question though. I mean, like, let's look big picture. Let's zoom out. Like, I don't think any of us think, like, we're still looking for the long-term guy, right? Like, Spencer's not that guy. Spencer's not good enough to turn into that guy.
Maybe not.
He can improve. He can get better. I just don't see Spencer like being able to improve to that level.
Here's the question though, Dave. And Kevin, I want you to answer.
Sure.
The NFL this year is so terrible, Dave and Kevin.
Yes.
Kevin, I worry that if the Saints, if they get to 4 wins, I think it's very likely they're not picking in the top 5. If they somehow got to 5 wins, I think they might not be picking in the top 10. That's how bad the freaking NFL is this year. So there's a chance, Kevin, that Spencer Rattler plays the Saints out of a chance to pick an elite or pick an elite quarterback prospect just because the NFL is so bad this year.
Well, the elite quarterback prospects for 2026 don't seem to be striking. It just seems like everybody's got an issue with whoever anybody suggests. So I'm not thinking about that. I'm less worried about, they're not going to get an elite quarterback. I'm less worried about that and more worried about, well, what if he somehow played them out of a top 5 draft pick? So, we looked at the whole, who are the worst teams in the league right now? Are the Saints better than those teams? And I had the Saints better than 6 of them. Which would mean
six, seven of them.
Yes, which would mean they would be 7th if all of this shit held out. Now maybe the Dolphins would finish ahead of them, and then they would jump to 6th. Maybe the Browns or maybe the Raiders might finish ahead of them. So then feasibly you could get them in the top 5. I still think 4 wins. I still think 4 wins is the target, is where we're headed. I won't worry about them possibly getting over 4 wins until, if we get to honestly, if they beat the Patriots or the Bears in the next 2 weeks, then I'll be intrigued by the possibility of them getting over 4 wins. I still think 4 is the magic number. I think they'll still wind up picking in the top 3.
All it takes is 1 winning streak. All it takes is a win against the Patriots, and we're like, oh my god, they might not pick top 3.
I still think they're going to wind up picking top 3. And listen, I'm still going to unless there's a home run guy at a position of need. Guess what I'm going to be chanting?
Trade down.
Choo choo, choo choo. Time for the trade down train. Okay.
Yeah.
To me, it's nothing.
Dave, New England is very good against the run. Excuse me. So here's my question. I feel like New England's top 5 against the run. This week is a huge week for Spencer in a sense of they're going to have to throw the ball to win. So I could see a situation where our Spencer Rattler hype train goes into overdrive, or on the flip side, he throws a bunch, has bad luck with interceptions and whatnot, and we're like, oh man, how close are we to Tyler Shuck? This is a game where I feel like we could get very close to Tyler Shuck playing soon, or Spencer Rattler could lock it down because this New England team, their pass defense kind of stinks.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think if Tyler Shuck plays poorly, I think he's earned himself. Sorry. Yes, it's crazy. Yes, I think even if Rattler loses this game, I think his win last week and that in combination with just the fact of how he's looked and how he's been playing, because I think most people, the national media from the outside, I think they look at the Saints and yes, there's a bunch of losses, but I think they agree that they've been kind of gritty losses. We've kind of been in them. We are maybe, I hate to say it, but maybe the Saints aren't as bad as their record says they are. That's how I think maybe the national. I'm not saying that's how I feel. I'm just saying I think that's how maybe the national people kind of maybe look at us. But I don't think that. I think that Rattler can lose this game, and I think he's still got leash. I think he still gets another game or two. I do not think that. I really do. I really think that this one win kind of buys him a little bit of time. I do.
Well, the win buys him time, but how much does like a bad performance, which he hasn't had yet, to be fair?
Yeah, I mean, again, that's what I'm saying. Like he is again, even though the team has been losing, I think most of these games, I don't think you would put Rattler in the top 1 or 2 enemies as far as like, hey, why did we lose this game? Like, was it because we didn't have a great quarterback? I really don't think Rattler has been the big problem this season in all of these losses, and I don't know. If you want my honest answer, Rattler can play the entire season. I don't know if that's a hot take. I'm sorry. No, I'm serious. I don't know if that's a hot take, but like honestly, like let him go the whole season. We drafted Shuck. He's a draft pick. Draft picks first. Well, he's not a first round draft pick. Actually, all the more reason. He's a 4th round, 5th round draft pick. No, sorry, second round. All the more reason why he can sit and wait a little while. Aaron Rodgers, he waited. I could sit here probably and come up with Mahomes sat. Wait, who did Mahomes sit behind? Oh, Alex. Yeah, correct.
One season.
I mean, correct. We could sit here and make an argument about a lot of draft pick quarterbacks who just sat their first season. So honestly, at this point, we are now week 5 going into week 6. Obviously, Rattler's going to be starting next week. I think we're almost deep enough into it where it's like, you know what? Let's just go the whole season with Rattler. Fuck it.
I don't know if I'm ready to declare going the entire season with Rattler. I'll say this. So he's got 990 yards passing right now. That puts him on pace for 3,168 yards. That's a bad number for 17 games. His average yards per pass, 5.6, which is actually lower than his production last season.
Again, well, I think going back to our earlier podcast, I think we resolved that that's because Shaheed is in fact too fast. This is more on Shaheed.
I would be
He's
more
too
than
fast.
fine. I would be fine if that turned out to be the case. His rating, his quarterback rating is 20 points higher than last season. That's great. If he gets, I would still like to see. He still has plenty of room for improvement. This is not like he's already this good now. No. He was down here, and he has improved to where he is no longer considered the dregs of the quarterback position. He is approaching average. He's either at average or approaching average. But has he done enough to deserve the rest of the season? I say no. Before the season and even going in, I had said, let's get through at least the Giants and see where we are. And then and then after that, I said, well, you know what? Now that the Giants game is done, I'm still okay with them. So let's roll with them at least through the bye. So that means the Patriots, the Bears, the Bucks, Jesus, the Rams and the Panthers. Man, maybe I bit off more than I could chew there. I'll say the Patriots, the Bears, and the Bucks. If there's a regression, or if he just gets crushed, then maybe Shuck at that point. Otherwise, the next turning point would be get through the bye week, because after the bye week, you're down to your final 7 games of the season. I want to make sure Shuck gets some starts. I think it's safe to say the Saints are not going to be in contention for even a wild card spot. Get the Saints through at least 12 games, 13 games, and then just turn it over to Shuck. I don't care if Rattler is doing well or not, because listen, let's say Rattler is looking pretty good and he has shown consistent improvement. At that point, Rattler either becomes your first-rate, all-pro backup QB, or he becomes an incredible trade asset, or he's still the guy you resolve to keep as the starter rolling into the 2026 free open, whatever the hell it is, free agency, draft, all that kind of shit. But we need to get to Shuck at some point.
Well, here's my only caveat to that. If the Saints, some kind of way, Dave, get to December, and when NBC on Sunday Night Football puts up still in the hunt for the playoffs, and even if the NFC is terrible and the Saints are like 5-8 or whatever, or 4-7, as long as they are in that graphic of in the hunt for the playoffs, you can't bench Spencer Rattler. I don't care if the NFC is terrible and they're like 5-8 and we're like, if they win the last 4, they can get in. As long as you are mathematically not eliminated, Spencer Rattler's got to be the quarterback.
I agree. You can't in that situation, but look, I hate your hypothetical scenario. Like, my God, 4 wins and we're still in the hunt. Like, please, I don't want that.
I mean, I'd like 5. If they were like 4-8.
Oh my God, that's just crazy. I don't know. I'd really, I don't know. Maybe because we've just mentally just put ourselves there. But like, I'm really just at this point, we've been expecting a 3-win season. Like, I kind of want to stick to that. I don't, my emotions, I don't know if I can handle something, either on either side of that. If it gets worse or better than that, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting that. I'm not that would be quite a surprise.
I'm not either.
It would be quite a surprise. Quite a surprise.
If the Saints, I'm just saying, like, if the Saints go on like a mini run and they get to December and they're like 5-8 and like still mathematically alive, like, you can't bench Rattler. You can't bench him. You can't.
Again, I don't think you can bench Rattler if either in 2 scenarios: A, the team is winning, or B, they're losing, but they are losing much like what we've seen at the start of the season, where like they're really close. Like, they're really, they're losing by 1 score. They're having chances at the end of games. They're getting the ball at the end of the game in the 4th quarter with a chance to win it. I just would find it hard to pull a guy like Rattler. If you're in those situations or even winning games, like you said.
All right, Kevin.
I don't know. By the way, I want to say again, I think we all now need to, I hate to say this, but Ralph, your whole situation looks great. Your video looks great. Your sound is great. The lighting is great. Your background is great. You've got all these things. You've got the thing that changes. No, it's not good now. No, stop. Yeah, there we go. It looks way better on this with the zoomed in. But so I'm gonna see. I'm thinking about maybe I will get rid of this flag and I'll try to put. Well, no, because
some golf clubs in the background.
Well, no, because I don't have a shelf behind me. Maybe I need to install I've got like some of our actual pertinent. This is like the inner workings of my house.
I don't know. Though. And if the Saints get
this
to
is
winning,
great. I still don't understand. What is that? What does that do?
It's just a head.
It's just the mood light. No, I know. Is it just the mood light
that I bought?
Okay.
Yeah, that I bought.
It doesn't have an aroma. You don't put a candle in there.
It doesn't have an aroma. It doesn't have a candle. But if the Saints start losing, I'll put a bag over it. If they start winning, I'll do some of those retro hats that Spencer.
Does it change if you touch it? Does it sense touch?
No, it doesn't change. It does. It just you hit the buttons and it.
Only with a bad hand.
That's like so. Basically, it's like the new. That's like the new lava lamp. That's the 2025 lava lamp.
Yeah, it's like the lava lamp for the 6-7 generation.
Right. Exactly. 6-7.
All right. Final question I always ask. Not are we going to change the scores, because we're not doing that today. But I want to ask this, Kevin. What's the one thing the Saints have to do in this football game to beat the Patriots?
Can I go?
Yes, he said Kevin. Jesus Christ, we're waiting for you.
Oh my God. Didn't hear him say. I'm sorry, I didn't hear him say Kevin. I didn't hear him say Kevin because he was cutting out there.
Yeah.
He was cutting out there.
That's fault. That's Monadua's fault.
Yeah.
My God, this is an
What's
audio
important
format.
is that it's not my fault.
Yeah.
Well, we pay a producer, so hopefully he's going to edit out that dead air.
Past 10 o'clock, man. The internet in Pearland.
Well, I will say the Saints. I will say Saints.
Go ahead, Kevin.
The Saints need to get 4 sacks and
you stole mine. God damn it.
At least 4 sacks and at least 7 pressures.
Ooh. That was mine. Sacks. I think you got Drake May on the ground.
I got one. I got a better one. I got the real answer. I got the
all right, Dave,
I got the correct. I got the correct answer. All right, you ready? You ready? You writing this down? Kevin, get a pen. Get a pen and a paper.
Yeah.
All right, write this down. Put this on a hat. Put this on a t-shirt. Run the damn ball. All right. If the Saints run the damn ball. If the Saints have more rushing yards, if the Saints have more rushing yards than their opponents, they're gonna win. Book it.
They win.
Fucking book it. Yeah.
I'll piggyback off Dave. I'll go more specific. The Saints.
Yeah, thank you, Ralph.
Need to have.
That wasn't specific. What? How specific?
No, I literally said a specific number of sacks and pressures. Man. You're like, they just got to run the ball more than the Patriots.
The Saints need to go 3. The Saints need to go 3 for 3 in the red zone, scoring touchdowns, and that probably involves running the damn ball. Whether it's Taysom Hill,
it's correct. That's correct.
Kamara, Kendra Miller, the Saints offense has been pretty fun and pretty interesting. They just step on their own dick when they get inside the 20-yard line. Like they struggle in the red zone.
Trevor Lawrence.
People want to blame. Yeah, like people want to blame Spencer Rattler, but a lot of times, like this past game, they had first and goal at the 8 or first and goal at the 7. They get a false start. It's first and goal at the 12, and you're screwed.
8,
so like they just need to be better. They need to be better in the red zone, and when you play teams of Patriot quality or better,
that's what it's about.
You gotta be damn near perfect in the red zone. So that's my thing. I'm not changing my pick. I'm locked in. Saints are
Ralph's cutting out like
Drake May train is going to crash and burn. Yeah.
Dave, are you going to change your pick? You went with the Patriots on the big show.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Just peek behind the curtain here. We're doing this show just moments, even though you're not hearing it. We're doing this show and recording it just moments after the regular big show. So I mean,
the magic.
You're gonna see our T-shirts are exactly the same,
right? So yeah, I haven't gotten any new info in the last 2 minutes since we stopped recording the big show. That would make me want to change my mind. So no, I'm going to stick with whatever I said.
Well, yeah, but usually
that being said, even though it was only 10 minutes ago or 15 minutes ago, I don't remember what I said. So take
you picked the Pats to win.
Sure. Yeah, I was the only one. I was the only one who picked the Pats to win, actually. Yes, yeah, correct.
So how is it I remember your Jesus? Right. I'm not changing mine either.
I'm early onset.
I checked. I picked the Saints to win by a point. And I'm sticking with that, and I'm taking the under. So, yeah.
So be it.
So now that we're finished with the game preview, Thomas, let's get to 3 mailbag questions. What's first up?
All right, then. That was fast. First one from Budridge, and he asks, are we looking at this wrong, where we shouldn't be looking for an athletic QB, but instead the left tackle from Bama as our Taysom replacement?
Oh.
See, I don't know if most people saw this. Bama ran like a wide receiver screen to the offensive tackle, and it was amazing and fun.
What is that? Was that Jalen Proctor?
I'm pro fat guy touchdowns, Dave. I think the Saints should do this. I think. Mm-hmm. I mean, to me, the Saints. This is probably the end. This is probably it for Cam Jordan, who, by the way, sorry, he got his house robbed during a Saints game. That sucked.
Yeah,
I actually wanted to discuss this for a second because one, Cam lives in my neighborhood.
That's not.
And two, we actually just had a neighborhood get together here tonight, which is why I was late, and it was a topic of discussion. That was 100%. Look, I have never once had any issue with crime in our neighborhood. We live in this very kind of secluded area. I do not work for the police department, but this seemed like 100% a targeted, not inside job, but a targeted job that this person knew that Cam lived there, knew when he would be gone or whatever, because that is not something that we get in this area. I was actually very surprised.
But yeah, we need to get Cam Jordan a touchdown.
And actually,
figure it out.
Yeah. Actually, that Alabama left tackle that Budrich is asking about. Guess how tall he is?
6'7".
6'7".
Oh my God. Oh God. What's next, Thomas? What's next? Please save me. Save me.
Gen Z is gonna ruin us, man. All right, next question from your boy Alan, and he asks, since Dave has trouble with the Marantz in his quote-unquote studio, has he tried making the bathroom his new studio? He could move the Marantz in there and be more efficient when he has to drop a deuce.
Yeah, no, look, your boy Alan, I like where your head's at. I'll be honest with you. Efficiency is top of mind, number one goal, at work, in my personal life. I am all about it. The more we can do to, the more things we can do in a shorter amount of time, that leaves more time either to enjoy ourselves or more time to do something else and make more money. So I am all about efficiency. I love it. I strive on efficiency.
Kevin.
That being said, I am not going to shit where I eat, and I'm not going to.
Dave, just consider.
The Marantz is too good. The Marantz first, I got the Marantz figured out, and like honestly, now if I did it from the bathroom, one, it would be echoey because you would hear bouncing off of the ceramic and the marble and all that, and two, you would hear all the farting and the and the excrement and all that kind of stuff. Like the Marantz would pick all that up, and you don't want that.
Here, as Robert Duvall said in The Godfather, take this under consideration, Dave. We all do one podcast a week. We all do one podcast a week from the bathroom, and we call it the toilet tier.
Toilet tier.
I mean, do I actually finally get to see some money from this, or do I just have to do this, or do I just have to keep doing this so Thomas can get paid?
That's right. Probably just getting Thomas getting paid. Probably.
I like this idea.
Yeah, I see. Exactly.
Thomas is like, I like this idea. I can get that Polish Monopoly money and cheese.
No, seriously, Ralph, I'm looking at your setup. I think I'm going to get rid of the flag. I think I'm going to find some Tulane memorabilia, Saints memorabilia.
Get yourself a
I'm gonna figure this out.
Make it happen. And by the way, patrons, send me stuff. I'll put it. I got shelf here. I got shelf here. I got one up there. I can rotate the shelves. We can make it happen. We can add more fun stuff. It's amazing. Or you can send me stuff to hang up. The studio. The world is your oyster. Patrons, make it happen. Thomas, what's next?
Well, how about How about this? How about a love update from Kevin? How about we?
Love update, and then
love update. Everything's still going fine. We've made plans to actually
with the same girl. With the same girl.
Yes.
Okay.
So this past weekend we started the TV series Severance because she has an Apple TV trial tier.
This is adorable. This is what the couples are doing these days. They're watching shows together.
Yeah. So
love is in the air.
So this coming
I won't spoil it.
This coming weekend, we're going to watch more of Severance, and then the following weekend, she's taking a bunch of time off. I'm taking some time off, and we're going to have like 4 or 5 days in a row where we're going to hang out together, and we're going to probably finish watching Severance. She wants to see Killers of the Flower Moon, which is on Apple.
Each other next.
We're going to do that. We are going to go to a corn maze. And we're going to go see some fall foliage, and we're going to go do one other like fall activity. So
apple picking. Do they have
now? Wait a minute. Hold.
Apple picking.
Apple. Yeah. What?
There actually is an apple orchard in Illinois that's within driving distance.
That was a joke. Okay.
No, that's not a fucking joke. Jesus Christ. Now wait a minute. I was confused because you were saying that you're watching Severance. Yes. Now what I'm maybe picking up was that you're watching it together but at the same time, but not actually in the same room together. You're watching it where you are, and she's watching it where she is
together.
And then you're gonna get together and watch the end. No, that's not happening. Oh, you guys are always together. This is everything is in person.
Correct. Everything is together in person. We are only 4 episodes in.
Okay. Oh. All right. Well,
Thomas, what's the last question?
Wait till you get to the ghosts.
I've never seen a relationship advance that quickly in my entire life.
Okay.
All right. Final question of the show belongs to Phil Noy, the Canal Street Chronicles OG, and he asks, AD thanks Nola/the Pels or Ralph in Mickey's pocket apologizes to Rattler's family on Twitter for his hot takes. I guess
Ralph will apologize before AD thanks.
I mean, Anthony Davis is never thanking New Orleans, so let's just be clear about that. So, like,
not happening.
I mean, listen, I've already people beg on me. Like, I've already said, like, I did not think Spencer Rattler could fix his sack problem. I didn't think he could do it because history says, like, if you take a crap ton of sacks in college and you take a bunch of sacks in the NFL your rookie year, you don't really get any better. And he's done it. So, like, I've been wrong about that. So if I'm wrong about a foundational belief I have about quarterbacks, and Spencer Rattler has proven me wrong, like, listen, I'll be wrong. Like, his family, they don't hop in my DMs anymore. But Thomas, I want to let people know, Thomas is getting he's not getting a raise, but he's getting an attaboy and like a big slab of cheese because he did a tweet. He took one of my tweets where I was like, people hated Derek Carr for being average, but they love Spencer Rattler being average.
Can we talk about this? Are we going to talk about it?
And this tweet, Thomas, it went far, it went wide, it went into Mexican Saints Twitter, it went into Black Saints Twitter, it went into Reddit Saints, it was everywhere, and people were yelling at me, and I was just like, "Thank you."
Well, it was a dumb take. Yeah, it was a really
amazing.
Stupid take.
Dave, get
amazing though.
Get it. I mean, it was a dumb take, and it was immediately dispelled as a dumb take and immediately laughed at because what your opinion was forgetting in all of it was the fact that Derek Carr was a, multi-hundred million. I don't even remember now. How much did we pay him? 400, whatever, $500 million quarterback. And Spencer Rattler is a second, a third, fourth, fifth, whatever round draft pick who's on the minimum, whatever, for that round. And so if we're getting equal production out of the two of them, then Spencer Rattler by default is significantly better for the team because he's significantly less better. It was a crazy take.
It's not the same as Derek Carr. Like he's not.
You think he's worse than Derek Carr? You think Derek Carr is
like
better?
People were pretending.
You think Derek? Do you think? Let's. Here we go. This is you. You better tag all those people that were all on your ass because they're gonna want to hear this conversation because I did not think we were gonna. I didn't think we were gonna get into this. So let me ask you, and I think I somehow I think I'm speaking for those people. So somehow I think you've got me on the opposite side of this argument of you on this argument. But so my question is, are you telling me that you think would the Saints have more wins now 5 weeks into the season if they had Derek Carr as a quarterback?
They would have at least one more win. Yeah. They would. Yeah. The Saints if they had Derek if they have Derek Carr, they either beat Arizona or they beat Buffalo.
Buffalo? You think they're going to be Buffalo?
Because
holy shit! You're telling me you just said this. Oh my god!
Because the Saints ran for 190. I've seen Derek Carr.
Look at Kevin. Kevin's even like
Derek Carr.
I'm getting off this train. I'm off this train.
I've seen Derek Carr when the Saints have an elite running game. I saw it the first 2 weeks. He cooks. They would have cooked Buffalo and scored 35 points in Buffalo. Here's my thing with it. Derek Carr is significantly better than Spencer Rattler. It's okay to say, I like Spencer Rattler better. I think the future with him is better with the Saints. I don't want Derek Carr because he's never going to win anything. But my argument, that's besides the point with my argument. They're both kind of average, and one of them, we just like his vibe. And the other guy, we didn't. And that's the only difference. The salary and the experience is all.
You people just hate the eyeliner. Come on.
No,
they just hate the eyeliner.
I hear what you're saying, Ralph, and I agree. I do. I think what you're trying to say, Ralph, but I think the point that's not getting across here is if you had to go to Miss Mays and hang out with either Derek Carr or Spencer Rattler, who would you rather hang out with? You would rather hang out with Spencer Rattler. And Derek Carr is, and I think that's the point you're trying to make is like all things being equal as far as stats are concerned, we prefer Spencer Rattler simply because seriously, because we would just he's just nicer. He's a cooler guy. We would just rather hang out with him.
Yeah.
I mean, I am totally on board with. I'm totally on board with that.
To be fun. We want sports to be fun. It's why LSU fans are miserable because we hate Brian Kelly. He's no fun. He's no fun. He's the Derek. He's the Derek Carr.
Oh, he sucks. I really do. I'm really not trying to I think it's hilarious that LSU has Brian Kelly and Tulane has John Sumrall, and John Sumrall is the coolest. Is so much cooler than Brian Kelly. John Sumrall is, I can attest to you want to hang out, and John will hang out with you and drink with you, even if he doesn't know you. And Brian Kelly would look at you and sneer at you and be like, who are you? Do I know you? Get away from me.
Why are these poor people in my neighborhood?
Yeah. No, it's a fact. It's a total fucking fact.
All right. Well, we got to wrap this up because it's getting late. So, guys, go to patreon.com/Saints Happy Hour. Become a patron. Support the show. Every little bit helps. So thanks to Kevin, thanks to Dave for hanging out for the preview, thanks to Thomas running the show back in Poland. We will see you after Saints Patriots on Sunday afternoon. Until then, the bar is closed.